So I haven't shot a film since I started posting regularly on this channel. So basically all year I haven't shot any films other than just the stuff. So I have been working on a project. It's a bigger project. It's kind of a long-term thing, and it's a feature film. I'm in the writing stage right now. But occasionally when I'm in the writing a long project like a feature, I have to take like periodic breaks just for me mentally. It helps me come back to the project after a few weeks and see it with fresh eyes. So I want to shoot a short film, something that's going to help with the feature in the future somehow. And my thoughts are I'm going to have to raise money to shoot my next feature film. So what I need to do is to shoot a short that kind of gets me, that I can raise a little bit of money for and just start to build up my presence on Kickstarter or whatever crowdfunding platform that I think I'm going to use. I need to start building a presence so when I go to shoot the feature film, I have contacts and people have some history with me and know if I'm going to say I'm going to shoot a film, then I'm going to shoot the film. I have to build, that kind of rapport with the people that are helping fund the film that I want to shoot. And I don't want to just go into my very first Kickstarter project and say, I'm going to shoot a feature film, because these people aren't going to know who the heck I am or know what to expect. So I want to shoot a short film. And so I wrote down 4 short film ideas that were kind of just popping in my head. These are all stories that I have thought about before. I lost a whole bunch of old screenplays, which on my old computer, I lost a hard drive, it's worked out pretty well though, because I'm rewriting screenplays with fresh eyes, and because the stories are still in my head, but rewriting them and thinking about new things like did I have default white male characters in them, and all that kind of stuff. So what are the 4 film projects that I'm considering? There's a kind of a fake infomercial, which is really funny. It's for a fake product that I can't get into it too much because I'll kind of give it away. But it has a whole bunch of locations. So if I was to shoot that, I would have to shoot it myself on a smaller camera, which is fine. That's not that big a deal. But I think what I want to do on this one is find a project that I can shoot, that I have options, that I could shoot with a Red or an Alexa. I couldn't shoot that one with the Red or Alexa, probably because it would have too many locations, and it would end up costing just way more money than that film would be worth for the viewers, for the people that are going to watch it. So kind of cross that one off. The next one is this paper animation, and I almost have my studio set up so I could probably pull that off, but I really don't think, for some reason I just don't want to shoot that one quite yet. That might be a project that I could do myself, just when I have when I'm not busy. Yeah, when does that ever happen? I don't think that happens. So for some reason I just don't want to quite shoot that one yet. The third one is the third and fourth one, they're both zombie films. I'm a huge fan of zombie movies. I haven't always been that way. I don't really care for the old cheesy type zombie movies. But Walking Dead, it's a little rough here lately, but I'm still a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and there's just a bunch of really good like zombie films that really like gets into the characters, and that's what I like about it. But these two, the two shorts are completely different from each other. One of them is kind of Walking Dead fan film, kinda. It's really hard to explain. I really like the story. The story is broken up into 4 separate parts, and I knew that this was going to be really expensive to shoot, so I started thinking like, how can I shoot this cheaper? And I came up with what I think is a really cool idea, and that is, if you've ever watched the film La Jetée, that 12 Monkeys was roughly, based off of, inspired by, I think it was the first time, and inspired by was in the credits on a film. That movie was shot on still images, and that's how I learned how to edit film, was on still images. I would take photographs and then I would like lay them out on the floor, and I would edit the images together, and then I would use a little camcorder that I borrowed and like shoot pictures of or video of the photos, kind of Ken Burns style, before that was even a thing. Like, this is way back in the day, I couldn't afford a camcorder and nothing. It was crazy. I'll make a video. Maybe I'll make a little challenge video, because that might be a fun project for some of you to try out, especially if you're having trouble with editing. It's a really good way to learn how to edit, and it's a new way of seeing things. But to shoot this 4-part like series, so I originally thought of it as a web series, and then I thought a comic book or a feature. I kept bouncing all over the place, and what I've settled on is this hybrid between photography and a comic book and a film and a web series. It's like all these things kind of mashed together in this really interesting way. So it would end up being 2.5D animation with plates. So I would photograph the foreground, background, and main elements all separately, and then it would be like composited together to create the individual frames in a comic book. But it would be like a movie, because you're actually moving from panel to panel like you would in a comic book when you're reading it, except I have the control over it and I'm moving the camera for you with narration and sound. It's a whole like crazy, bizarre idea that I have, and I really like that one. But that's going to be a bigger project also, and I kind of want to shoot something that I could shoot simply. So and also that the other one would be a bigger project, and that's mostly still photography. So I could shoot that on any camera that I want, basically. So the one I've settled in on is, it's a really short, and if you've noticed, like really short, like 30-second to just a few minute short films have this weird structure to them. They're almost structured like a joke. There's a beginning, middle, and end, but since you can't like have all this like nuanced, like really in-depth, like character development and everything, because it's so short, you can really like it's almost like telling a joke. You have like the setup and then the punchline, and that's what this little film would be like. So I think I could shoot it in 2 days, or 1 day possibly. So 1 or 2 days, 2 locations, one in a house and one in the woods. It has a child actor, and it's at night, so it'd be like a nighttime lit scene in the woods. I could do it during the day. Originally, I had envisioned that, but I think it would be more visually stunning to like record it at night with like smoke in the woods and backlit as if it's like a moonlit scene. I think that would be kind of fun to set up. And I would want to shoot that. I could shoot it on my new camera, but I thought this might be a project that you would like to see if I shot it on something like a Red or an Alexa. So I'm thinking maybe Alexa Mini would be a cool thing, and actually rent lights and bring it in and show you like all of what goes into shooting a short film. So I think it would be kind of cool to have like behind the scenes and like step by step all the things that I go through from writing all the way through. So that's the idea. Shoot a short film, something short and simple that I can kind of dive more into the behind the scenes, and that'll help the YouTube channel out and to help continue to build that. And because I'm shooting it on a little bit higher, when I'm shooting it on higher grade equipment and lighting and bringing more people in, it's going to be, this isn't like a new level of production to me, but trying to do that level of production and then also have a crew that's shooting the behind the scenes stuff so that we can edit together. The behind the scenes would be a much bigger project than the little short film, but this seems pretty interesting to me. I'm kind of jazzed about it. I'm excited. So what's my first step? Or my next step? My next step would be to look into Fountain. I've heard of Fountain. It's like it's not really screenwriting software. It's more of a way to format a text document, I think. But I'm going to look into Fountain, and that's kind of like my next, the next thing I'm going to do. And I'll just start right now. Right now, I'm going to start. When I'm done with this, I will go in there and look into Fountain, see if it's something that I still want to pursue. And if so, I'll begin the writing process and hopefully take you all along on this journey of making this somewhat simple short film. I'm excited. I hope you are. I love you all, and I hope to see you in the comments. Bye.